Welcome to the 2023 London Marathon. We knew we could expect fireworks with a stacked field at the starting line. It was mentioned that it is the greatest ever field assembled for the elite women's race over the marathon. And what a race it was! It really lived up to the expectations, both in the men's and women's race. Farah of course announced that this was going to be his last race. Also we see the interesting debut of Sifan Hassan, who had quite some doubts about their abilities over this distance. Besides this, Kevin Kiptum with a fast debut in Valencia was on the start list, and the old fox Kenenisa Bekele. Weather conditions were pretty good, not too windy, a bit clouded with some drizzle of rain, so fast times were to be expected. Now let's first zoom in on the women's race. First we have to go shortly over the series list of competitors. We have the defending champion and world 10k record holder Yehelewa, last year winner, the marathon world record holder Bridget Kosgei, and Olympic champion Paris Yepchirchir. In addition to the stellar trio, Sifan Hassan, the Olympic 10,000 meter and 5,000 meter champ, was making her debut. We should not forget to mention there was also the 1500 meter world record holder Gazepe Baba. Well, with this stacked field, fireworks was to be expected. First what happened is that Bridget Kosgei already left the race little more than 1 kilometer, limping out. This was unfortunate. Into 15 kilometers there was still quite a big group leading the race. But then something unexpected already happened. Siffan Hassan appeared to be struggling in the women's elite race as she held up her upper thigh near her hip flexor. Also she got dropped by the pack this early in the race. She had to stop twice to start stretching. These muscle issues started to evolve, maybe because she only started drinking after 15 km in the race. Drinking was one of her issues mentioned before the race. As the race progresses, the gap between Hassan and the group does not go over 20 seconds as she kept fighting. Hassan is closing the gap towards the leaders at 1 hour 30 in the women's race, and about 14 kilometers left. There's a group of 6 at the front right now, with Yepchirchir, Baba and Yehelewa leading the way. Yehelewa checks her watch as the group looks to be responding to Hassan's push to haul them back in. They don't want her to close the gap, because she has a dangerous kick in the end. Eventually, Hassan still makes it back to the front group in the last kilometers of the race. Then, something remarkable happens. She missed the drinking station and still wants to get hold of a bottle and nearly got hit by the race motorbike after going back to collect a drink. Leading into the home stretch with Alema Magretu and Paris Yepchirchir, he starts to pull away pretty fast. Sifan on her track speed helps her to this victory today. Sifan Hassan wins in the sprint in 2 hours 80 minutes and 32 seconds. Behind her was Ethiopian Alema Magretu, who was second in 2 hours 18 and 37 seconds, and Yepchirchir was third, 1 second behind. Well, back to the men's race. The men's race was just as incredible, but just for different reasons. The elite men's race will feature 4 of the 5 fastest marathon runners in history today, namely Kenenisa Bekele, second fastest man over the distance, Kevin Kiptum, Birhanu Legacy, and Moisinet Keremau, who all have PBs below 203. Don't forget to mention Tamir Tola, the world champion from Eugene, and Amos Kipruto, winner of the last London Marathon, were also on the starting list. Farah is running his last London Marathon. Well, the goat was also on the start list, not to race, but just to get the race started. From the start of the race, it becomes clear Farah will not compete for the victory, but will compete with the best British athletes, because there's already a gap developing at the beginning of the race. During the race, nothing really crazy happens. Only at the halfway point, the time for a world record does not seem fast enough to break the world record. Also, we see Kenenisa Bekele already starting to struggle at the halfway point. Then, at mile 18, pretty early in the race, the young Kenyan Kevin Kiptum starts to re-increase the pace after the drinking station. He plowed clear of his rivals pretty fast. After this, they won't be able to catch up with them again. As Kevin Kiptum was advancing in the race, he did not seem to slow down, and maybe the world record was still possible, but then he had to run a huge negative split. Only at the end of the race it starts to become clear the world record was gone. In the end, he only came short 18 seconds on the world record of Elliott. Incredibly, the 30-year-old ran the second half of the race in 95 minutes and 47 seconds. This is well on the record pace. If the first half of the race was only a bit faster, he might have been able to set a new world record. No wonder his closest rivals, Kenyan Geoffrey Kamworor, was nearly 3 minutes back in 2 hours, 4 minutes and 23 seconds. And third was Tamir Tola, also just below a 2:05 marathon. And Mo Farah, well, unsurprisingly, he wasn't able to capture the magic of his past days, as he finished 10th in 2 hours, 10 minutes and 28 seconds. That made him the third Brit, because Imo Kers was first, and also Phil Sesame overtook Farah in the final 100 meters. I hoped all runners out there had a blast of a London Marathon today. The London Marathon really lived up to the expectations today. Hope to see you again on the channel, and don't forget to hit the like or subscribe button. And as always, if you still go out there today, have fun and get on the run!